76 as part of their Take Action project that was partially funded by the Toyota grant. She was fabulous, and she's also Masika's cousin. She facilitates her Pretty Powerful sessions to share her journey, empower women to believe in their magic, and to encourage them to follow their dreams. She's been featured in Forbes magazine, Black Enterprise, and on Dr. Oz. She's here today to help us believe in our magic and help give us tips on how to help the girls we work with to believe in theirs. Takia.
So I'm really not that formal, y'all. And so in the middle of this, don't worry about it. These shoes won't come off. I'm acting a whole fool. Just give me about like good 5 minutes. All it takes is 5 minutes for me to act up, right? And I felt like I was at home because y'all was acting up just a few minutes ago. I just had to sit on the side to see if y'all was really going to act up bad. How far I have to act up. It's a litmus test. Like, how far can I act up before they put me out? Okay, so I felt pretty good that I can act up pretty bad. And y'all will be accepting of me. Yes, yes? Yes. Okay, good. So, thank you guys so much. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you. And before I came here, y'all, let me try to tell you, I get nervous every time. How many of you get nervous before y'all walk in? Like you got a room full of girls and your nerves get bad. So listen, just go. Just out of the way, okay? So the whole ride here, my whole nerves was bad on my left side. Just on one side though. So my left side was bad off. And I'm like, I gotta get it together because I think I might have a word, right? So I was driving and I've been preparing all week to come and speak to you, and I couldn't figure out what I wanted to say. I just couldn't figure out how I was supposed to bring off branding in the middle of a Girl Scouts presentation, right? Because Girl Scouts has such an amazing brand already. Like, you guys have a brand. So what I had to say was about your personal self. Okay, so how are you going to walk into the room when you're faced with a room full of girls? Now, before I started in makeup, I was a teacher. So I taught grades 7 through 12. Right? Like literally, like you see, I'm still holding on. Like, oh, Jesus, right? 7 to 12. And my girls were the best of the best, but they didn't know it yet. Right? They just didn't know it yet. So sometimes we walk into the rooms and our girls are the best of the best. They just don't know it yet. And so I realized that what I had to do was I had to be my best. So I had to arrive in my best self. And I'm going to charge you with that. So throughout this is about arriving as your best self. So I had to figure out who in the world was my best self. Because people think that no matter how old now, I'm going to age myself. I'm going to go into a room full of women so I can just say it out loud. Right? So I'm about to touch on 40. Right? I'm about to touch it and smack it around. And I only age every 10 years. So I was 20, 30, 40, right? And then I'll be 50. Don't ask me how old I am in between. I'm 40 something. Right? Okay? So, when we get to ages, like I guess when we get to adulthood, people think we're supposed to know. Like you're supposed to know who you are, what you're going to be, what you're doing, and all things great in your life. Would you agree with me? They think you're supposed to just show up every day like knowing, right? Yeah. That's how you know when you. And I felt some kind of way because I didn't know. And most days I don't. So I'm going to claim it. Most days I don't know who I might want to be that day or the next day, right? But I had to figure out how to be okay in my moment for my girls. So I was like, well, Takia, who are you going to be when you walk into this room with these girls, right? And so I said, I'm going to be magical. I am going to be, I'm going to be all of the things that they want to see. So most of the time, our girls want to see a powerful woman walk in. They don't know it yet, right? But so I have to leave Takia Ross on the outside and let Kiki Thunder walk in. Right? You gotta get a little alter ego. You gotta name them. Yes. So now listen, I done gave y'all my names. Y'all gonna have to come up with y'all. Don't walk around here, y'all Kiki too. We can't be Kiki Thunder together. So I'm Kiki Thunder Rodriguez. I gave our last name too. You gotta give our whole full name. Right? I know. It's a giggle. It's a good. I know. So I'm Kiki Thunder Rodriguez when I walk in the room. Because Takia Ross doesn't always know who Takia Ross is going to be, right? I'm still struggling. I'm still working, right? But Kiki Thunder can be all the things that my girls need me to be, right? So Kiki Thunder walks in. And you got to walk in proud, right? So when I did my Girl Scouts thing, I had them do the walk, right? So you got to walk in because most of the girls, I want you to recognize this, they walk and they look at their feet. So they walk in and they, you know, looking around. And I always say, hold your head up. Yeah. Hold your head up, your crown's slipping. Right? Hold your head up, your crown. Because when you do like this, your crown. You know? So if you hold your head up, your crown won't slip. So I had to show them how to walk in, right? And I never look at my feet. I already see what's in front of me. I saw it when I walked in the door, right? You gauge it. Hey, ain't nothing out here. Well, I got to look down, right? So you walk in real strong, real proud with your shoulders back. And you say, and I'm loud too. Can y'all tell? I'm big loud. I don't need a microphone. I don't need any help with it, you know? I'm going to walk in. And the first thing I say is, hey, beautiful, right? Because I just affirmed them. Yeah. So now I showed up and I walked in tall and real proud, right? Kiki Thunder did, because Takia Ross is still on the outside of the door trying to figure out who she is. Kiki Thunder walked in real good and proud, right? And the first thing I'm going to do is affirm them. Hey, beautiful. How you doing? How you been? Right? Because I'm giving them permission to affirm somebody else. Yep. I'm giving them permission. And this is all, remember, y'all already got a brand. Y'all Girl Scouts. Right? I'm going to tell y'all a secret, though. I'm going to have to go back. I'm going to step back like 7 seconds. I used to want to be a Girl Scout. But back in the day, because I'm almost 40, right? Back in the day, I didn't know. I thought all y'all did was camp. I'm just being honest, right? I thought y'all camped. And like was in the woods and stuff. And like, I know. And like ran and stuff like that. As y'all can tell, I'm not that girl, right? I'm just not, you know what I mean? I'm a little tricky. I don't run hard. You know, I can't sweat good. I'm just trying to, I can't do that, right? So, it's exciting to me, right? Because Girl Scouts created a brand that is now transitioning into things that our girls, right? They can relate to. So, entrepreneurship, you know, the I am, that was amazing, right? Leadership, all of that good stuff, right? Y'all transition, y'all done did some big things. So y'all already have a brand. Y'all already know, right? So I don't necessarily have to talk to you about brands. That's why I step back. Because I'm talking to you about how to represent your brand without saying anything. I don't have to say I'm from the Girl Scouts. I walk like it. I don't have to say I'm from the Girl Scouts because I talk like it. I don't have to say I'm from the Girl Scouts because I act like it. So you need to be Girl Scouts without saying anything. They need to just look at you and be like, Girl Scouts right there. You know how you... Right there? Girl Scouts. Right there. Right? And so, and it does show up in how you walk in the room. So now I done gave you one task. You got to come up with your alter ego name. I need you to think about it for like 2 seconds. Then write it down. Now my alter ego is a little tricky, right? So, you know, Kiki, and then I had to put a thunder. You got to have a whole powerful word, like, that don't even make sense. And I don't spell it out good. I don't put the E-R. That's a thunder. In quotation marks. Right? So it's Kiki and the Thunder, right? Rodriguez, right? Because I'm saying I'm going to bring the thunder when I walk in here. Not thunder, the thunder. Okay? So I need you to write down who your alter ego would be. If you had to leave yourself outside the door and walk into your Girl Scouts room, who would walk in? Like, what's her name? I know, you can take a minute. I'm only going to give you one because you probably already got it. You just don't want to put it out. And you don't have to say it out loud because some of your alter ego you can't even say out loud. You got to keep her. You got to keep it quiet. So you write it down and then fold the paper in half. Like if you got one of those, just write it down that you like this. Fold the paper down. So that way you know. Just flip it. Like just write it down because you got to acknowledge that she's here.
I like that.
Right? Just write it down and just flip the paper over. And if somebody asks you, like if they be like, who's your alter ego? Just do like this. And we gonna know that, okay, she can't be talked about right now, okay? So if somebody, when we leave here, you look at your neighbor and be like, what's your alter ego? And she go, just be like, okay. I got it, okay? So that's one thing, right? Because we're gonna make this statement without saying a word. We're representing the brand of Girl Scouts without saying anything, right? We don't wanna have to say Girl Scouts, we just wanna be Girl Scouts. Right? So we got our alter, you just flip it over if you can't say it out loud, right? And I might give, if you can say it out loud, I might point at you. Just do like this and I'm going to know that I can. Well, okay. Ooh, she said I can say mine. Okay. Ooh, okay. Now this is trouble right here. She said I can say. Okay. All right. Should I look over there? Yes. Y'all giving me the go ahead. Yes. I can't turn my whole head. I just gotta go ahead. What?
No, it's fun and peaceful.
Oh.
Her name is Sun Joy Anderson.
Sun Joy Anderson. Hey, Sun Joy! Hey, listen. That's Sun Joy Anderson right there. So when she walks in to her Girl Scouts, she is the sun and the joy. Okay? You see how that worked out? Right? So she's going to model the sun and the joy, right? Yeah. All right. So, anybody else? Don't say just put up your, you know what I mean? No, they not ready because they got those. You got, okay, you got one? Yeah. Okay. All right, okay. I'm going to look over here, then I'm going to look back over here. Okay. All right, so I'm going to stand right here because I'm not quite sure what's going to come from over here.
Nettie Boo Love.
Oh, Nettie Boo! We got Nettie Boo! We got Nettie Boo over here. I know, it's shocking. You're like, where are these women? Nettie Boo is here. Yes, Nettie. She's Nettie. Now, don't get it twisted. Nettie Boo Love. Right here, Nettie Boo. Okay? All right, I know y'all didn't know that these women walked in. Right? Y'all weren't sure. But I'm just saying right now, because they're representing the brand that is Girl Scouts, right? Without saying Nettie Boo Loves. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to step back here.
The full name is M. Nikki Troy Zay.
M. Nikki? Oh.
But I just go by M. Nikki.
M. Nikki? M. Nikki. M. Nikki. I don't even know. M. Nikki. Okay. Yes. Okay, how you doing, M. Nikki?
I'm all right.
Okay, good. Okay. So in the back. Look at see. They was in the okay. All right. She waving her hand went up a little bit. It was like so I wasn't sure. She was like, I might okay, I'm ready.
So my nickname, everybody go by this nickname that's outside of work. And some people in work is TT. But I get people to call me Miss T.
Come on, Miss T.
Miss TT? Hey! How you doing? That's our alter ego just walks in, right? Okay, here we go.
Victoria Proudfoot.
Victoria Proudfoot. Wait a minute, get on the good foot. Wait a minute, she walks in Proudfoot. Okay, that's a high step right there. We gotta go up here with the Proudfoot. I gotta watch it. Okay. Anybody else got an alter ego they want to share? No problem. You don't have to. Okay, just keep it to yourself. Just. Oh, wait. Okay, you just see this. I saw your finger. I saw it. Go. Judge Debbie. Oh, watch her. Okay, watch her. Judge Debbie. Judge Debbie. Write it down. Judge Debbie. Okay? It's on record. Okay? It's on record. Okay, you got one, team?
Well, I am my own alter ego.
Okay, well listen, I'm here for it. I make me cross my legs twice. I mean, on both sides. You know, as I said, go ahead, Georgia.
Lakey Loco.
Lakey Loco.
I like it, lady.
I like it, Lakey. Okay. Lakey. Okay. But you see, just having this one activity brings out, right? It's like a power that you have. It's like it brings it up from your toes. And that's what you need, right, when you walking into some of our rooms with our girls, right? Because our girls aren't always prepared for us. They aren't always prepared for the world, right? And they're looking to you to model the behaviors that they need to see, right? The brand. And model how they can create their own brand for themselves, right? So I had a talk the other day, and I've named this one Believe in Your Magic. I am magical, because sometimes y'all got a little bit of magic like living inside of you that y'all don't let out, right? Sometimes you got a little bit of magic inside of you that you just letting out the little sparklers, right? So I want you to think about this, them little sprinkles. You know how in the 4th of July, y'all had a handheld sparklers, and y'all just like this? That's the type of magic that y'all letting out right now. Those little sparklers, right? Little sparkle magic, like, oh, look at this little sparkle. But you got a good deep magic inside of you. Like you got a firework inside of you. You know the ones that make the big hearts? You know what I mean? You got that living inside of you, and I want to say our girls do too, right? They got, and it's living inside, and it's kind of like fuzzing underneath. Like you can see it a little bit, and you normally can see it when they smack their teeth and roll their neck at you. Like, right? That's a little magic. It bubbled up a little bit. It just came out the wrong way. Right? It bubbled up. And they didn't know what to do with it, so they just rolled their eyes. Right? Because they couldn't deal with it. They said, oh my God. You know what I mean? And magic recognizes magic, so they see in you, and that's why they give you a hard way to go. Right? They see your magic. And they give you a hard way to go about it, right? But it's always the one that want to stand real close to you. Yeah. That she be right here the whole time. Yeah. Suck her teeth at you the whole time. And you like, won't you go over there? Like, you don't even like me. Right? Like, why you so close? And it's because your brand showed up. Your alter ego is in the room, and they can see your magic. Right? So I'm going to stand next to you because your magic going to jump off on me. And it's going to give me permission to be magical too. Right? So your magic going to jump off on me. Right? If I stand too close enough, that magic going to jump off. And I'm going to get some, you know what I mean, good foot magic. Okay? I'm trying to get a little proud foot, good foot magic. Right? Okay? But that's when your brand, you know, shows up. And that's why we have to be on, right, when we put our foot out the car. Right? So when you pull up in the parking lot and you sitting in the car trying to get yourself together, because I know I'm not the only one. Right? You're sitting in the car like, oh, my God. What I'm going to say today? What we doing today? I know that one going to show up today, and she ain't even going to be right today. Right? Oh, my goodness. How many of my girls will be here today? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, are they going to be ready for me today? You sitting in the car trying to figure that out, right? And you trying to talk your alter ego into coming out so that she can show up for you today. And you know you gave it everything you got when you walk out tired.
Drain.
Like out, when you leave out and you like, woo! What'd I do? I just ran a marathon. When in the middle of it, you just gotta sit down. Like, wait a minute, I'm gonna come back and get up. That means you're giving it all you got. But I'm just gonna tell you, your brand shows up the moment you open that door and put it out. As soon as you open the door and you put your foot out, you on. that's it. Your brand has arrived, right? Because your girls are watching you in that moment. They watched you the moment you pulled that car into that parking space, right? Out the window. The one that don't even like you good. You know what I mean? That's the main one out the window. Here she goes. She just pulled out. She about to come in here, right? And so, you know, you put your foot out and they watching you. Y'all ever see them? They watching you, right? You ever catch them just looking at you real strange? Right? And you like, why y'all looking so hard at me? Y'all supposed to be working on that activity. It's because they see your magic. It came through your brand, right? So you put your foot out and they see you through the window. And so that's how you know you got to be on. So you got to, you know, walk straight. You got to make sure all your stuff is good. So, you know, I always do this, you know, make sure everything is in. You know, you know how we got to do, make sure all your things are in, right? Okay? And I get my bags, and you got to walk tall from the moment you put your foot out the door, right? Because you representing that brand you got, right? So as soon as I walk out, I'm walking tall. Big walk. You know, how y'all doing, right? You got to do the little, and there's a little bounce that go with it. You know what I mean? Like, and I felt beautiful, and as soon as I get out, right, I see a woman, hey, beautiful, looking good. How you doing, right? Because they're going to model that behavior. You have given them permission now, right? And they see you do it all the time. And then you're going to catch them one day and they're going to be like, hey, beautiful. And you're going to be like, yeah, I got you. The magic jumped off on you. Look at that, right? You got them. The magic jumped off on them, right? But you have to model that in your brand. How you look when you show up. Do you remember that one teacher, that one person, that one church woman in your life? She always looked good. She smelled good. She walked good. She was just shiny all the time. That's what I call it. She was shiny, right? She was new. You saw her like a block away. She was walking. You was like, oh, here she comes. And you would just watch her like, oh, my God. Look at her. She's shiny, right? I had a woman like that. And I didn't know that I was supposed to be in business until I saw her. Right? I saw her. She didn't say anything to me. I saw her. She walked past me and her magic jumped off on me and I saw her. I saw her every day and never said a word to her. She represented in her brand everything that I wanted to be. And she never said a word to me. Not one word. We have to be there for our girls. Everything that they want to be is inside of us already, right? They're looking to us, right? Even when they go in their eyes and sucking their teeth, even when they stomping out, even when they keep going to the bathroom all the time. Remember, 7 through 12, right here, okay? They go to the bathroom all the time. They don't look like they're paying attention. They leave their earbuds in. Okay, you know what I'm talking about. Leave the earbuds in, and you looking like, y'all ain't even like, why am I doing this all the time, right? You ever question yourself, why do I keep coming? Y'all ain't paying attention to me. It's gonna be for one day when your brand and your magic jump off on them, right? And they're gonna model everything that you ever taught them. How many of you have children? Because I'm going to leave on this note. You got children? You got 4 girls? Ooh, gee, put your hand down. Don't say that on So I have 3. I have an 18-year-old, a 16-year-old, and a 6-year-old, right? Don't ask about the 6. Don't bring the 6-year-old. And you know how your children act a fool at home? My kids act a whole fool at home. They don't wash no dishes. You know, shoes on the floor. Like, I mean, everything. And I'm fussing all day long. Like, get your shoes in your book bag. Wash your dish. And they go over somebody's house and they cleaning up. They go over somebody else's house and they be like, oh my God, your children are so good. They came over there so respectful, like, yes ma'am, no sir. They helped me clean up. They helped me cook. I got bags in the car. They went out and got them. And you looking like, who kids? Who kids you talking in the room with you, right? And guess what? They don't have to. They don't have to. That's that free space.
Wow.
This is where they can get to be all the things, right? And you can correct them in a way in love that they might not get. But when they leave out them doors, they know how to act, right? So you're going to catch them leaving out, and they're going to be like, wait a minute, check all my shit. Right? Gotcha? You gotcha? Is your crown up? Your head? Am I looking straight forward? I'm good. That's your brain rubbing off on them, right? Yes, yes? Yes. All right, Kiki Thunder about to go. We want to leave it at that. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Okay. Ooh, don't threaten me with a good time. She threatened me in my ear with a good time.
You definitely.
Oh, I can't wait. Oh, girl, wait a minute. Can I? Honey, I gotta sew this up.
Either skin iron or so.
It can iron? Okay, because I was going to say I didn't learn that either. I'm not a Girl Scout.
That's correct.
Okay. You got a safety pin because I got to put mine on.
Yes.
Let me put mine on.
Yes.
Kiki, before you leave, do you have any? I do. Please. I have business cards. Yes, ma'am.
So, can you just...
I will hand them out. I'll sit right here for a little bit and hand them out.
I appreciate you, Kiki.
So, and let's give Kiki Thunder...